Welcome to the Naperville Hurling Club Spring Hurling League, brought to you by Solemn Oath Breweries, with three teams: Lou, Snaggletooth Bandana, and City Water. All of those are fine brews put out by our friends at Solemn Oath Brewery. Today, the first game on May 29th is Team Lou versus Team City Water. Our referee for this game is John Herron, and at center line is Kevin Pearson and Kevin McDonald. Going to head-to-head, Team Lou is in black and white, and Team City Water is in blue and white. It is somewhat hard to tell the difference here, depending on the distance. Kevin Pearson gives Kevin McDonald a nice push in the back. John calls the foul, and Kevin McDonald is going to take this free. Let's see where this goes. Currently is 0-0. Kevin McDonald takes a little shot, puts it in, and it is picked off, or goes wide. I guess Kevin knocked that down and went wide. And there's a scrum. Do not know who's. I see Kent Polson over there. And that was Tom Roach. And the ball was scooped up and sent forward. Picked up by Kristen Taylor. Kristen makes a move. It's knocked back down by Ryan O'Malley. Kristen sends the ball over to Kevin Pearson. Kevin Pearson takes a shot. And that is a long point into the wind. That was a good point. Lou is now leading 0-1 to 0-0. Point Pearson and an assist to Crush. Steve Hansen puts the ball out to Ryan O'Malley. Ryan O'Malley, being a lefty, he takes that shot, blocked down by Kevin Pearson, but then picked up by Kevin McDonald, who sends it forward to Brian Delaney. Brian Delaney puts that, oh, what a shot, puts that across from left to right into the right-hand corner of the net, and for a goal. It is now 0-1 to 1-0. That's 1-3. Kevin sent that ball forward. It did not make its intended target. Brad DeForest picked that up. Brad tried to send a pass, but it was picked off by Nick HOHMAN. Nick kind of duffs that little shot, sends it across to by Dan Lauder, picked up by Caden Pearson. This is Caden's first game in quite a long time. Caden sends the ball forward, but it is picked up by Peter Simon. Peter goes off to the side, pressure from Allison Bryant, but he puts that forward. Brian Delaney gets it, pressure from Kristen Taylor, but he's able to successfully put that forward. Ball is taken by Tim Callahan. Tim Callahan misses that shot under pressure from Caden Pearson. Caden Pearson sends it forward up the line right to Kevin McDonald. Kevin McDonald takes the shot, and that is a wide ball from Kevin McDonald. So this is Kurt Weichert serving in goal, and that ball goes over Alvaro Sanchez and is picked up by, there's a foul there by, that looks like that was a foul on Brad DeForest, and Alvaro Sanchez is going to take the free. Alvaro puts it up, takes a swat, and that ball is wide. Looks like it was wide right. All right, Steve Hansen's going to put this ball out. Steve had a very successful first period here. I see that he has hit his targets. That was sent right to Ryan O'Malley, back to Kevin McDonald. He sends it forward, but it is picked off by Caden Pearson under pressure from Brian Delaney. Sends it across to picked up. It's supposed to go to his own team, but it went to Brad DeForest. Brad sends it back across to Brian Delaney. Brian Delaney takes a shot. It's stopped by Kevin Pearson. He's just kicking it across. Something's wrong there. Yeah, I pulled my hamstring. Kevin now stepped in after pulling his calf muscle again. He's taking over goalie duties for Kurt Weichert. Kurt really is the goalie for Snaggletooth, and Kevin is now in goal. Kicks that out of bounds. It's going to be a 65 to City Water coming in. All right, so you're going to see Team Lou is going to bring their team into the goal to help protect that. This wind is at the back, so Kevin McDonald's going to take this free. He has plenty of power to put that way over the bar, but he may try and drop it in front. Let's see what happens. He drops it low, puts it in front. It's actually blocked down by Caden Pearson. Now it's Kent Polson over there fighting for it. Kent gets the ball possession, but then puts it forward, loses control. Then it is now picked up by, that looks like that was picked up. I don't know who picked that ball up. He sent it back, but it was picked off and sent forward by Nick HOHMAN. Nick HOHMAN sends it forward. It gets picked up by this Brian Delaney over there. Brian flicks it back, and that is Jason BOOHER fighting with Brad DeForest, and that's Kevin McDonald, blocked down by Alvaro Sanchez. Comes back to Kevin again. Kevin sends it forward, and it is now possessed by Dan Lauder. Dan Lauder sends it forward, but it goes right to Ryan O'Malley. O'Malley pops that straight up and over the bar. So it is now 0-1 to 1-1 after Delaney's goal and O'Malley's point. So that is 4-1. Kevin does a short puck out with the wind in his face to Nick HOHMAN. Nick HOHMAN sends it forward, goes between everybody and right to Steve Hansen. Steve gathers that up easily, sends it forward with a little bit of pressure from Jason BOOHER. Sends it up. PEADAR Hurley's got it. Sends a pass out to Kevin McDonald on the outside. Kevin takes and puts the ball up. And wow, that was a long point by Kevin McDonald. It's now 0-1 to 1-2. That is 1-5 with City Water in the lead. Kevin's going to puck this out. He's looking for a target. Into the wind. He's had some trouble finding his person, and he does it again right to Kevin McDonald. It misses his teammates. Kevin puts it from the same exact place. Kevin puts it right over the bar again. So it's now 1-3 to 0-1. City Water 6, Lou 1 point. Kevin pucks it out, sends that up to and right by Kristen Taylor. Kristen kind of kicks it forward, but kicks it forward to Brad DeForest. Allison was unable to get that ball. But then Brad puts it across to Alvaro. Alvaro puts it over to Jason BOOHER. Jason takes the shot, and he puts it in the goal. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a point. That's a point. Point to Jason BOOHER. So it is now Lou 0-2 to City Water 1-3. That is 6-2. With the wind at his back, Steve Hansen is well able to cover the whole field. He puts it forward. Kevin Pearson knocked it forward. It was grabbed by Dan Lauder. Dan kind of put it forward, but it was picked off and sent back in right in front of the goal. Let's see what happens here. Ball goes out to the side. Caden Pearson comes away with it under pressure from PEADAR. Caden takes a swing, but PEADAR knocks it down. There's a big scrum right there in front. Ball scooted loose. Kevin Pearson picks it up, sends it forward, and that is scooped up by Brian Delaney, who makes a nice little quick pass to Kevin McDonald. Kevin takes a shot right to Kevin McDonald, but it was picked off by Kevin Pearson right in front of the goal for a save. Kevin sends that forward to Jason BOOHER, makes a nice little spin move. Driving forward, he's got a little pressure, and I don't know who that was. I think that was Peter Simon put pressure on Jason BOOHER. Jason lost the ball. And now there's a scrum. That's Brian Delaney and Brad DeForest. Brad comes away with it. Brad takes a swing. That ball ended up back on the ground. That's Nick now. Nick putting pressure on Brad. Nick comes away with the ball. It's lost again. Then, okay, Nick comes away with it. He takes a swing, and it is blocked down. I don't know where that ball is still loose and being under pressure. Now that's Alvaro Sanchez and Brian Delaney. Brian Delaney comes away with the ball. Brian's going to take a shot. He takes a shot, and it goes over the bar for another point for City Water. 0-2 to 1-4. So it is 2 points to 7. City Water with a commanding lead. That short puck out goes to Kristen. It bounces off of her stick and over right to Tom Roach. Tom Roach gathers that up, sends it, but that's a wide ball left. Tom Roach missed that shot after it got by Kristen. Now this short puck out goes to Alvaro Sanchez. Alvaro sends it forward. That was Brad getting a stick on it. Brad DeForest getting a stick on it, goes over Brad, then over to Gary. Gary flicked it over, but it was not gathered up by his team. It was picked up by Kevin McDonald. Kevin sends forward a low shot, goes to Kent Poulsen. Kent's got it. He takes a shot, blocked down by, looks like Caden Pearson. Caden gathers that up, blocked down by Kent Poulsen. This is just back and forth here. Alvaro, Caden, Kent, and now PEADAR Hurley enter the mix. They're all scrumming for the ball. Caden Pearson comes away with the ball. He's all cleared out. They're all tired, and they're going to let him go. He's got a lot of room. Waits until there's pressure, drops the ball, and then does a really hard pull. I don't know if that was on purpose. That was a nice pull to Kristen. Kristen Taylor takes a shot. I don't know what happened to her, but that ball was wide, actually wide left, and then scooped up by Kevin McDonald. Sent way forward, right to Dan Lauder. That was a hard shot. Dan gets by the defense. Oh, under pressure from PEADAR Hurley. Dislodges it. Dislodges that, but then PEADAR hit it forward on the ground right to Alvaro. I don't think he meant to do that. Alvaro gets it over. Nick HOHMAN scoops it up and sends it up the line. Brad DeForest gets it, and now looks like he was tripped by Jason BOOHER, but there's no call. Ball goes center. Nick HOHMAN comes away with it. He's going to take a weak side shot. In the goal. There's a goal. Okay, there we go. City Water 1-2 to, no, that's loose, 1-2, City Water 1-4. It is now a 2-point game at 5-7. Looks like Kent Polson's coming off. I didn't see who just went in. Steve is going to send this ball forward. He's waiting for the whistle. Big puck out. Goes right over, that looked like it was Ryan O'Malley. Ooh, Jiminy Christmas. All right, so that one got away. It looks like it was right there by Dan Lauter, and Tim Callahan got it and pulled on it hard, but it went wide. Kevin pucks out. There's a scrum. Kind of went to Nick. Nick's coming away with the ball. Sends it forward to Allison. Allison's trying to get it. She cannot get that up in her hands. Gives it a good kick. Kicks it right back to Brad DeForest. Brad DeForest hand pass forward to Kevin McDonald under pressure from Alvaro Sanchez. Alvaro blocked that. Out. It is now picked up by Nick. Nick sends it forward. Diving Superman block by Patter Hurley. Still goes forward though, and Gary KUNOLD comes up with the ball. Gary puts it up and over the bar. That's a point for Gary KUNOLD after that was a very messy play. It is now a 1-point game. Lou 1-3 to City Water 1-4. That is a 6-7 game. Puck out from Steve Hansen, and it is hit from down by Alvaro Sanchez, but picked up by Patter Hurley. Patter comes in under pressure from Dan Lowry, loses the ball. Dan takes another swat at it after Patter lost it, sends it forward to Nick HOHMAN. Nick HOHMAN puts it out, and that is going to be scooped up by, it's over to Gary. Can Gary get that up? Yes, he does. Nice. He gets a scoop, a little bit of a long pass, but Nick HOHMAN's going to come away with it. Nick's going to send it up back to Gary, over Gary's head, and then picked up by, I think that was Tom Roach. Tom Roach takes a big shot, and that is another miss by Tom Roach, another wide ball. Kevin's going to puck this out. He looks for a target. These people here all should get out of the box there, but everybody's getting a little gassed. Another short puck that goes to Alvaro Sanchez. Alvaro doesn't get that in the first touch, but then sends a high pass up. Oh, it's a high hospital pass, they call that. Picked up by Kevin McDonald. Kevin McDonald takes a shot, and that is a wide ball by Kevin McDonald. Okay, that one. Now we're going to see what Kevin's going to do. Kevin Pearson's on the puck out here. Puck's out right to Kristen Taylor. Kristen does not get the first touch, but on the second touch, she picks it up, gets knocked around by Tom Roach. I'm sorry, Tom sends it over to Alvaro. Alvaro tries to do a little flick, but blocked down very expertly by Brian Delaney. Little scrum. Brian comes away with the ball, pucks it up, and under pressure from Kristen Taylor, it goes to the right, and Kevin Pearson comes away with the ball, sends it forward. But unfortunately, his team's out there. It goes right by the City Water player to Allison. Allison's unable to gather it up. Then it goes by, that looked like it was Peter Simon, and over to, I don't know who that was to, and that was Brian Delaney. One bounce that should have been stopped by Kevin before it went in the goal. That was just an error, flat-out error by the goalie. Another goal to City Water for Brian Delaney. He's got 2 now. All right. Ball goes out. Was not picked up by Lou. That was another one picked up by Kevin McDonald. A quick shot, another point, and what was a close game has now become a not close game. You can blame those last 5 points on the goalie. And another bad puck out right to Patter Hurley. Patter scoops that up under no pressure, takes his time, puts it over the bar. The score is now 1-3 to 2-6, and that is 6-12. Ball goes up. Steve Hansen under pressure from Jason BOOHER. Ball goes out to, looks like, Kevin McDonald. Kevin McDonald takes another big puck, sends it over. Kevin Pearson is able to pick that one off. Goes across the net. Nice little tap pass to Dan Lauter. Dan sends it up. Oh, he did not get all of that one. Trying to send that up to Alvaro, but it was picked up by Brian Delaney. Brian Delaney passes it to Patter Hurley. Patter Hurley back to Brian Delaney. Under pressure from Kristen. Cannot get that ball up. Flick back from Dan Lauter to Kristen. Kristen's going to go back to her other side. She's a very good passer. That was a nice pass to Nick HOHMAN. Nick sends it forward. Off to the right side of the goal. Not to anybody, but Jason BOOHER is going to come away with it. And Jason puts it in the back of the net. All right, so that's a good move. Now it's 2-3 to 2-6. It is now 12 to 9. City Water is back in the game. Steve Hansen puts a great big puck forward. That ball just gets knocked up again by Brian Delaney. Oh my gosh, Tim Callahan is standing there. The ball was just up in the air. Kevin came out to try and put pressure on it. It was 3-on-2 for the defenders, and as it came down, Tim flicked that hard right into the goal. So there we go again. We're 6 points different. Puck out goes out to Nick. Nick, after a little bit of a scrum, comes away with the ball. Now Nick breaks to the right or the left side of the goal, and Nick puts that, and now comes right back with a goal for Nick HOHMAN. Nick HOHMAN gets that last goal right before halftime to bring the score to 3-3 to 3-6. 3 points separates these teams. It's 12-15 going into the second half. That was a really, really fast-paced and great half of hurling. Very happy to see it. Starting the second half. This is Brad DeForest up against Nick HOHMAN. They've changed directions. The wind is now, it's still going the same direction. It's blowing from south to north. So it'll be in the face of City Water and at Lou's back. Nick HOHMAN gets that ball, puts it forward to either Allison or Kristen, but neither one gets it. Nick dives back in, and again, he goes, comes out with the ball himself. Nick now and Caden and Brad and Brian Delaney all fighting for this ball. It's just loose and all over the place. Brian Delaney comes away with it, tries to send it out, blocked down by Caden Pearson. There's a scrum still on the opposite side. Do not know who's going to come away with this ball. John Heron is there watching everybody, making sure that it stays clean, and it is still being fought for. They're just a little bit slower because of running out of gas, I think. Kristen Taylor goes out, gets a hold of the ball. Nice little hand pass forward to Nick. Nick sends it forward, but right to Steve Hansen. Steve takes a couple steps to the right and pucks that forward. And it was it looks like, Tom Roach, but Dan Lauder got that ball from him, sent it forward, but then it was picked off by Ryan O'Malley. Man, he is still just in there. Dan Lauder's just fighting away. But Nick was back behind, and Nick came away with it, sent it forward. Caden Pearson got possession, but then he hand passed it forward, and it was a mishit hand pass. But he went in there and scrapped away anyway and came away with the ball. Now he's going to take a shot, and he fires it across the front of the goal and all the way out. That might even hit a post, but Steve Hansen is going to get that ball and send it forward. He sends it right out of bounds. So this is going to be a sideline cut to Lou. Nick HOHMAN's going to take this sideline cut. Ryan O'Malley's there. Ryan is trying to cover Kurt, who's streaking across the field. Sends the ball forward. Kurt Polson knocks it down. There it is. Jason is standing over the ball, picks it up, and he's being really given a hard, good defense by Polson and Delaney. The ball goes outside to the right and is scooped up by Jason again. He takes a shot, but that ball is wide right. Steve Hansen picks up the ball, sends that forward. It goes all the way up and is picked up by, that is Tim Callahan, I think. That ball was blocked down by somebody. I think that might have been Nick HOHMAN. Ball popped back. It's a big scrum. People are down on the ground. It is now Nick, and he's fighting over there with Brad DeForest and somebody else. Brad comes away with the ball and then sends it forward. Sends it right up to, I can't see who that is, but it was under pressure from Dan Lauder. And now there is a foul called. And that ball is given to City Water. That looks like Tom Roach is going to take this free. Tom takes the shot, and that is a point for Tom Roach. That makes the score 3-3 Lou to 3-7 City Water, and that is a 4-point difference between the two teams. Kevin Pearson pucks out, goes off of Jason Booher's hands, dribbles back to Steve Hansen. Oh, great pressure by Jason. Knocks down that puck, still fighting to put some defense on Steve. But Steve got the pass away up to Ryan O'Malley. O'Malley, that was a beautiful pass to Brian Delaney, soloing up the side, and then he lost the ball. Kurt Weichert has dislodged it and now is trying to get it back. Kurt scoops it up, sends it up the line, and out of bounds. So this is going to be a City Water sideline cut. Caden Pearson was right there, but he couldn't get there before the ball dribbled out. Looks like Brad DeForest is going to take this sideline cut. And let's see what's going to happen here. Ryan O'Malley moves to an open space, but Brad sends it up kind of at an angle. Ends up going to Kristen Taylor. Kristen does not lift that ball. It's a scrum. I see Brian Delaney in there, and Dan Lauder, and Tom Roach, and Nick HOHMAN. All of them are scrumming for the ball. Nick comes away with it. Does a little, one of those passes that we practice. Passes it up to Caden Pearson. Caden takes a swing. Dribble. There was a low shot. Dribbles up, goes through Jason Booher. Steve Hansen gives it a kick, and then he comes up on Kristen. Kristen, safety in mind, pulled short before Steve pulled on that ball. Now, Caden Pearson, that's Brad Delaney's got it. Caden Pearson's putting great pressure on. Somehow, Caden knocks that ball down and comes away with it. He does a little hand pass, but hand passes it to Ryan O'Malley on the other team. Then blocks it down from Ryan O'Malley. Caden is just fighting for every bit there, but at the end, he comes and puts in a little chop on to Ryan O'Malley, who John calls the foul on Caden Pearson, gives Ryan O'Malley the free. Ryan lifts the ball, gives it a swat, and that ball is knocked down. Kevin Pearson knocks it down in front. There's another scoring opportunity. Ball is loose right down in front. Kurt comes in. Kevin Pearson broke out. Kurt picked that ball up, scooped it out, did a little hand pass, picked it up and pucked it forward. Goes up by Jason, but then Kent got it. Kent then tried to do the hand pass, duffed that little hand pass. Kevin McDonald still was able to get it. Comes back to Kent again. Kent doesn't quite catch that. Gets a little soft push in the back, and John Heron calls that push in the back on Jason Booher. That one was soft, but it could have gone either way. Kent is going to take this free. Everybody stands back. Kent does the lift. Good wood on that and sends it forward right to, unfortunately, Nick HOHMAN unfortunately for Kent. Nick puts that forward, sends it. It goes through Peter Simon. Allison is putting great pressure on him. Peter puts it back. Nice little soft pass. Sends it to Steve Hansen. Hansen up the line. Sends it to Kevin McDonald. Always sure-handed. Kevin then sends the ball forward over to Tom Roach. Tom loses footing, goes down. Dan Lauder's putting a lot of pressure on him, not letting him get by. Tom Roach gets the shot off. Kevin Pearson knocks it down, lifts it, and sends it back out to the side. That is over to Nick HOHMAN. So that's a successful transition. Nick takes the shot. It's a long ball, and that is a point. Nick HOHMAN. That makes the game 3-4 to 3-7. 3 points separate these teams. It is, 13 to 16. Puck out gets gathered up by Kristen. Kristen sends it over to Nick. Nick sends it up the line. Peter Simon just takes a swing at it. Doesn't even take possession. Sends it back forward. That's Nick and PEADAR fighting for the ball. PEADAR sends it back on the ground. Kevin picks it up and does one of his little twisty turn moves to Brian Delaney. Brian Delaney, another little pass. That was a great sequence. PEADAR got that ball. He had time, does his quick fire shot, but the ball is wide to the right. Kevin pucks it forward, and Kevin Pearson goes right over Brian Delaney's head, right to Allison. Allison gives it a little kick. No possession there. Jason goes down. Steve Hansen picks it up. He's got a little room, and he sends that ball back up the field over by Ryan O'Malley. Brian Delaney comes away with it. Kurt's right there with him. Nice little pass back to PEADAR Hurley. PEADAR sends it forward. Oh my gosh, that was actually a really bad chop, but that was not called. The second swing, Dan Lauder pulled that and sent it up to Kristen Taylor, who sends it back to Kurt Weichert. Kurt takes a long ball with the wind behind him and puts that over the bar. So it is now 3-5, 3-7. Lou is 2 points behind City Water. Somehow they are staying in this game despite some of the bad play by the Lou goalie, who is also the narrator for this. Caden Pearson going down the sideline. He's got some pressure coming from behind. It looks like Ryan O'Malley puts the ball up. The ball goes wide. That ball does not go through, but that was a good run up the sideline and a shot. Steve Hansen sends the ball up the middle. Goes right to, that was Tim Callahan, but Tim did not get that ball. Instead, Nick picks it up, sends it out to the side to Kurt Weichert. Kurt does not control that ball. and then loses possession, gets kicked forward. That's Kevin McDonald. Kevin and Kurt are still fighting for that ball. Kevin's got to be getting a little bit tired now. Does a nice little hand pass over to PEADAR. PEADAR takes a shot. Oh my gosh, that went right over the stick and into the corner. That was a terrific shot by PEADAR Hurley. Another goal for City Water. That puck out went just over Kristen Taylor's fingertips. Back to Brian Delaney. Brian sends it forward to PEADAR Hurley. PEADAR's going to take this shot. He puts that up, and that is a wide ball. So the score is now Lou 3-5 to City Water 4-7. It's 14-19. Kevin sends the ball forward, goes right to Jason. Jason controls the ball, gets it up in his hand, drops the ball back, drops it again. And then Brian Delaney came in behind, scooped that up. Brian sends it forward to Tom Roach. Tom has got a really good shot. He sends the ball up, and that is another point for City Water. They're scoring really quick ones here. So the score is now 3-5 to 4-8, 14-20. City Water has a 6-point advantage. We're running out of time here. Nick gets that ball, gets possession. Kevin McDonald kind of blocked him down. There was a scrum. Nick comes away with the ball off balance. He sends a little shot up, and it does not go over the bar. Steve then gives Nick a push, creates a little space, and sends the ball up the middle, right over Tom Roach and Dan Lauder's hands. Somehow gets in front of Kurt Weichert, who takes a couple little swats, 3/4 swats. Now he's going for his 5th. Now he's got control. Oh, and then he misses a little pass out to Kristen, but pulls on it, gets the ball to where it needs to be. Kristen sends a pass up to Caden Pearson. Caden Pearson back to Kristen. Oh, Rice bounces out of her hands. She's still going to get this back in her control. Back passes back to Caden. Caden can't control that ball. PEADAR Hurley is always flicking it around. Oh, that was a great play. Off the ground, he dislodged that ball from Caden, sent it over to Kevin McDonald. They're still scrumming for this ball. This is junior hurling at its finest. Like, the ball is all over the place. Jason takes his shot off the post. Still, this is crazy. Somehow it goes out to the outside. Allison gets possession, sends it back in. Nick HOHMAN takes a swing, but the ball goes out of bounds off Nick and or Jason, and is a puck out to Steve Hansen. Now everybody's totally exhausted. There is Ryan O'Malley wide open in the outfield. The quick puck out to Ryan O'Malley. O'Malley puts it surely over the post for another score. The score is now 3-5 for Lou to 4-9 for City Water. It's a 7-point difference. Kevin sends the ball up. It goes by Jason. Jason can't quite handle it, and Jason is gassed. You can see it. He goes by Kevin McDonald, kind of outran him for that one. PEADAR's got a little time. He knows it. Gives a little hand pass out to Kevin McDonald. Kevin McDonald sends it up the field over Tom Roach's head and into just a scrum of people. That was Tim Callahan, just pulled on it on the ground. Kevin had come out out of the goal to try and stop that shot, but Tim Callahan pulled on it on the ground and sent the ball into the goal. This is now out of reach, I think, for Lou. Kevin sends the ball forward, goes to Peter Simon. Peter's had a very solid game. He's back there quietly doing his job. That pass to PEADAR over to Brian Delaney. Brian Delaney puts the point up, or takes the point shot, but it is a wide ball. All right, Kevin Pearson's gonna put this out. Sends it to Caden Pearson up the line. Caden is streaking up the sideline. He's going to take the shot. Takes the shot, and finally, that puts Lou back on the board. So the score is now 3-6 to 5-9. That is a score of 15-24. Caden Pearson, point from the outside, takes that point shot on the run. Steve Hansen sends it up to Brian Delaney. Brian's got the ball. He's moving in. Oh, no, that was Tim Callahan. Tim Callahan's got the ball. He sends a pass over to PEADAR, but it goes over his head. PEADAR controls the ball, sends the ball back. You heard Kevin McDonald was open, and he took that shot, but under great pressure from Dan Lauder, and he missed the ball to the right. Kevin Pearson sends it up, goes right to Allison. Allison does not control that ball, and Peter Simon and Allison are fighting over that. He gives it a quick kick forward, but to Caden Pearson. Caden Pearson scoops up the ball, gives it a pass back. And then the ball was put forward, but Kevin McDonald had it, but then Jason got it. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. Jason was then blocked down by Kevin McDonald. Jason is always in there scrumming for the ball. He's forking so hard for this ball. He's just gassed. It's a lot of work, but not a lot of possessions. If we can work on that those lifts and getting those into your possession, that'll be a little bit easier. And another one tapped away now by Kevin McDonald. Jason's now got it. He's going to try and make his move. Takes the shot. The ball goes in, just dribbles into Steve. Steve just sends it up. That was a ton of work. And unfortunately, no payoff for Lou. Steve's ball goes forward. That looks like, I don't know who picked that ball up on the outside, but under pressure from, that was Nick. He got that, and he was under pressure, looks like, from Ryan O'Malley. Nick takes the shot. That's a wide ball. Nick HOHMAN. Steve Hansen's going to puck this out. We're getting towards the end of the game here. One bounce to Tom Roach. Tom Roach turns, takes a quick shot, but it does not make it. Kevin Pearson stops the shot, lifts it up, sends it up to Nick. Nick HOHMAN takes a shot on his weak side. That was a nice little move. He's a right-handed hitter. Moved quickly to his left side and just pulled on that shot. Put it over the bar. Final score: Lou 3-7, City Water 5-9. That's the score, 16-24. Congratulations, City Water.